Hey everybody, Fifth Horseman here, playing more Kerbal Space Program Teamwork Edition, and as the title suggests, we have not given up on Eeloo, and in particular, we have not given up on the Eeloo trip. Somebody commented in the comments on YouTube that the orbit out to Eeloo is so long, and we're fairly close to our periapsis, that perhaps I could find a burn that would re-intersect Kerbin, and I did. And this burn is in a couple hours, although I could probably move it forward, not too hard. And it's going to give me a reconnect with Kerbin in about 3 years, almost exactly 3 years, actually. That's kind of amusing. We're going to get these guys back in 3 years, which is going to be awesome. And that also means they can do a little bit of science, high over sun, and then maybe pull some high over Kerbin science or something like that with the mystery goo and the science containers. It's a minute and 19 seconds, not a big deal. I will be back when this is done. Okay, we're getting very close here. We got about 50 meters per second left. The blue maneuver node marker is starting to wander a little bit. And that's probably too much. It is, so I'm going to spin around and try to match it here. Not even seeing it at all, but it was a very, very tight encounter here. So let's just touch this and see what happens. There you go. It's within a meter per second. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this. There we go. Boom. I was able to do it. We have an encounter with Kerbin, and we're going to keep it. One thing I'm going to do here is on the ship, we need to take a mystery goo and a materials study. So I'm actually going to take this one and this one. And then I'm going to, sadly, this is going to make this thing fly away, but we're going to decouple this. And then Commander Francois is going to hop out and go after it. Where is it? Right there. And he is going to get this thing. He's going to collect the science out of it. And then that way they can stretch their legs. Whoa, when the time comes. Okay. And while you're out here, go ahead and take an EVA report. Oh, we've already transmitted that, so I guess we don't need EVA reports right here. But now the guys over the next 3 years can hop out of the capsule every once in a while and stretch their legs, which I think is a good thing. But anyway, we've fixed the problem now with these guys, and now it's just 2 years and 423 days from now. They're going to re-enter Kerbin's sphere of influence. And then we don't need to worry about him anymore. Unless that knocked him off the the trajectory. We'll have to check that. There we go. Okay, let's go back into map mode. That actually did knock him off the trajectory. Let's see if we can fix that. We can. That is hilarious. Bumping into... There we go. Now we're coming straight down, which is awesome. We like that better because it'll be sunny and it'll be fun. He'll be coming in at like who knows how many thousands of meters per second. So there we go. Let's go ahead and delete this so it comes back correctly. And now for the main event, we have not given up on Eeloo. I'm going to show you this here. If we put Kerbin right up against the sun and then zoom out a bit, we got to find Eeloo here. Let's go ahead and mark Eeloo as our target. But stay connected, zoomed in on Kerbin here. If you look here, once we block the sun out, there we go. Eeloo's orbit is like this. Kerbin is right here, and his orbit is like this. We are at the window right now. That means we don't have to do a plane change. Now, we're not going to connect with Eeloo when we get out there, but who cares about that? So we are going to launch another Eeloo ship, and I hope you're all excited to know that the person who submitted that Eeloo ship is Kyle. Yes, we're going to fly another one of Kyle's ships. This thing costs $402,000. We have $692,000. A couple of you have submitted testing craft, and I'm going to be using those once we spend all this money on this ship. But assuming the staging is right, and it looks tentatively like it is. You are on probation here, Kyle, so I'm gonna double check your staging just a little bit, at least the first couple. Looks like this is fine. These are all gonna light. The clamps are gonna go. The first thing to drop is the solids, and then this is gonna go along with this engine. So yeah, it looks like we're good. So who's gonna launch though? Who's coming out here? We're not gonna send Ankro, Laggard, and Blizzy. First of all, Kyle, are you here? I don't actually remember if you are. You are here, so you are going to be the commander. Okay, it sits on the launch pad without dying. I'm going to... Oh, note! New mod installed. My thrust went up to 100%. Somebody released a mod that will set your thrust. I could set it at 0, I could set it at 25, I could set it at whatever I want, and I want it to be at 100%. So, I will probably still crank up the volume because I'm just used to it. But anyway, this thing's on the launch pad. He did tell me to replace his engines here with the nukes, which gives me a little bit more Delta V, obviously. And I see no reason. It's already morning. We're ready to launch. Let's go ahead and in 3, 2, 1, get this guy launched. Oh yeah! It's nice to see a ship going up. Very high thrust to weight. It's, for some reason, wanting to lean over to the right, which I'm going to say is annoying. And, whoa, we're crazy time. A little bit of wobbly. I'm actually going to turn off SAS, which is seemingly making it worse. I'm just going to have to ride this thing up. I have to, at least until the solids kill themselves. Wow, this thing is wobbly. Kyle, you're scaring me. You're scaring me, Kyle. Okay, we're fine. We're all fine here, thanks. How are you? The problem is the engines and the command pod are so far separated from each other that yeah, let's see, I gotta turn it this way. Yeah, with SAS on, it's just crazy bouncy. Okay, we're fine. Oh, our atmospheric efficiency is really high. Crank that down, save a little bit of fuel on that. Okay, the solids are gonna burn out soon. Whew. Actually, I hope it's the solids. No, it's not the solids. I'm gonna throttle these things down all the way. We're just gonna let the solids carry us. I screwed that up. That was me. My fault. Sorry. And then these. I was afraid of that, but it didn't hurt anything. Okay, we are going a little bit slow, but I take at least a little bit of the responsibility of that. Our atmospheric efficiency is low. We are at 10,000 meters, so I'm going to start cranking this guy over. I can probably, with any luck, turn on the SAS here. Yeah, we're looking good now. I'm just gonna keep this thing pegged at about 50 degrees here until our apoapsis gets up. Whew! We're going to Eeloo. I think. I think I can safely rotate this guy. Here we go. We're gonna drop the bottom engine here. Nice big. Is that a mainsail? Nice big mainsail, giving us the thrust we want here. Let's go ahead and watch this cinema style. Oh, that was cool. Very cool. Style points there, Kyle. You get style points for that. Of course, now our thrust to weight is less than 1, which is scary. I think I'm going to make an executive decision and light the nukes now. There we go. We can probably pump fuel forward. Not into here, though. Where's the fuel coming from if it's not coming from here? Oh, it's coming from here. Okay. We're going to pump fuel forward from this one to this one, and we're just going to watch this here. Okay, and I can probably start tilting down now, because our apoapsis is almost a 30. And as I said in my in the last episode, using the nukes this low or this high up in the atmosphere, they're basically as efficient as they can be. I would click on one, but I'm too busy pumping fuel forward. And goodbye. Now it's just the nukes running, and I think this guy should be running too. I'm making all these decisions. And all these engines, I'm not sure when they're supposed to go. But what are they? They're monoprop engines. I have no idea why they're here, but I'm going to hit them. Because we got to get rid of this monoprop, apparently. That's really loud. Okay, our periapsis is above the horizon. So I am going to watch here. My apoapsis is going up. When it gets to, say, 85, I'm going to kill it. Okay. That was a crazy loud thing there. Apparently, this monoprop here is for these. So I'm just going to use it all, I guess, because I don't know what else it's for. There's no other monoprop stuff on the ship, right? Yeah, there isn't. So there's no need to... There's no need to be shy with these, because we're going to kick them off as soon as this thing's done. So yeah, they should definitely be on. Okay, well the good news is we have an Eeloo encounter. It took me 3 burns, 1 in about an orbit, 1 out at Eeloo to get the encounter over here, and 1 actually over here to get an encounter on this orbit over here, and then another one mid-course to actually fine-tune that encounter so that it gets there. The problem is these 3 nodes added together are two grand, another 2 grand, so for 4 grand, and then about 100 and some odd, which is going to leave us about 1,500 to get back to Kerbin, and that doesn't count circularization around Eeloo. So this might end up being a flyby, and it's possible that maybe the probes can land on their own. Maybe if we do some shenanigans, the probes actually might have enough delta V to land, because a lot of times probes have a lot more delta V than you think they do. So we'll see how things go. I'm also going to I was trying this, and I'm gonna do another check to see if I can make the trip last longer and meet Eeloo over here, and maybe make it a little bit cheaper of a thing. So I'm going to try that. This was about 4-ish grand for a flyby, and I will be back in a minute. Okay, this is better, but it takes significantly longer. It takes 22 years, but it saves us about $1 grand, so we're going to do it. This is 2 grand, and then 11 something or other, and then a tiny little bit. So it is almost $1 grand saving. So we're going to do it for the sake of science. Basically we're gonna burn to come out here. Then when we're out here, we're gonna do an entire orbit, and then we're gonna burn here we're gonna burn out here to give us an encounter 2 orbits from then, which is here 19 years from now, to do this little dinky thing, which actually gets us a encounter. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna flip this guy around. By the way, Kyle, I appreciate how nimble this craft is for its size. I frequently don't put enough reaction wheels on things, and you obviously don't have that problem. Because this is a dream to turn, considering it's got, like, the heaviest engines in the game strapped to it. And we're off. Get ourselves aimed at the maneuver node here. Okay, there go the verniers, or whatever these are. Not verniers, but the monoprop engines. We're still burning our mainsail, which is fine. I believe this means there's no monoprop left in the ship at all. Apparently there's some. I'm just happy that those engines aren't running anymore, because holy cow, those things were loud. Okay, this is just going to drop this, and I don't think there's an engine here. No, there's just fuel. And hopefully we are Yes, we are, so I just dropped it. I said I just dropped it. I wanted to make sure we had left Kerbin's sphere of influence, and we had. So now I'm going to go to map mode, and I'm going to watch this thing in map mode to make sure that I don't screw up the burn. I like big nukes, and I cannot lie. Yeah, it's funny, I have focused view on Dres. I'm trying very hard to call it Dres, because that's what everyone else calls it. But I focused view on it so that I was kind of centered near where my thing was, because there's no way to like focus on your maneuver node that I know of, at least. So here we go. We are almost there. A mere 40 meters per second left in our burn, and we got to call that good enough. Yeah, that's the best we're definitely going to get. So let's kill this maneuver node. And let's fix the other two so we actually get an encounter again. I'll be back when I have done that. Okay, final verdict. I refixed my things here. We have 3646 left in the tank. It's really hard to plan nodes this far away because you can't get close enough, and then when you do, making this node affects the orbit it's on for some crazy reason. So this isn't exact, but this is close. We need 1133 to get our near encounter. We need almost nothing to do this. And then we need another 1133, which is kind of funny. 1133 and 1133. That was just random that it worked that way. But that's about 2,600. So we're going to have about $1,000 left when we're in orbit. Hopefully it'll be a lot more than that because I'll be able to get a nice close encounter and then get a what do you call it? A very elliptical orbit so we can eject fairly efficiently as well. But we'll find out how that works when the time comes. It's tentatively a go. It's at least a flyby. And then we'll figure out after that what we want to do. But I'm going to call this a success so far. And these guys are looking pretty good. The next thing that's going to happen is he's going to leave the sphere of influence. So let's just go ahead and do that. And then the next thing after that is Marindel's MOHO ship, which we're going to jump to now. Remember Marindel? How long ago we launched this thing? Now, if I remember correctly, this thing has 3 science bays on it. This is high over MOHO, and then these are low over MOHO and landed on MOHO. That's the idea. And then this is the return vessel we leave in orbit. And then we're going to bring this thing back up, dock with the return vessel, and then come home with it. We also have a maneuver node down here that we're going to be doing, and it's a 6.8 meter per second maneuver node. Very, very tiny. But I'm going to do this maneuver node, then we're going to get ourselves into MOHO Sphere of Influence, and then I'm going to end the episode there. And the next episode, we're actually going to do the MOHO mission, which is pretty freaking cool when it comes down to it. And see what this burn is going to do. This burn is just going to get us a really close encounter. So, let's go ahead and do it right now. How's that? Oh, that's a bright sun there. How's that? That's a better encounter than we had before. 25 kilometers. Let's get it under 25 because I think 25 might be the breaking point. That might be a little low. 7 grand. Does this guy have any RCS on him? Probably not. Let's go ahead and try it. Oh, he does have RCS. Was that enough to bring us up to, say, 10? 17, that's perfect. Okay, turn the RCS off. Okay, now we can kill this maneuver node. And now this one, we have left in this tank here, we've got 2033. So if we do something like this, let's bring it up about like this. If we just do this so it's like 2066, we need like, if we do like 2000... Right? Here's my thought. If we do 2,000 like this, that will leave us 33 meters per second in the tank. Then out here at Apoapsis, if we burn that 33 meters per second, or less, then we can dump this guy in, like actually dump him onto MOHO and kill him. Without wasting very much fuel, and then back at that, we're going to do that. So that's what we're going to do. We're gonna save this thing. So that's next time. I hope you enjoyed watching a couple Eeloo successes after the Eeloo failures from last time. I definitely enjoyed making those Eeloo successes after all the Eeloo failures from last time. And I hope you're looking forward to seeing what MOHO has to offer Marindel and his intrepid ship. I am Fifth Horseman, and I will, as always, talk at you later.